were made. What's a sundial in the shade? Quoted by Benjamin Franklin. A very warm welcome to everyone present for this event. I'm your main host for today, Aryan Gupta, and alongside me is Nishal Varghese. Within every individual, there exists the ashes of a phoenix bird that arises from within them to display its glorious glamour to the world outside. For which exact purpose, ladies and gentlemen, as our deserved break comes to an end, the LSDP group is beyond honored and delighted to host the second edition of Scintilla', an event where we recognize the talents of our students and bring them into the limelight.
But before we step forward, let me assure you that the portrayals that you shall witness have gone through a sincere and well-defined process of curation and quality assurance. The core team behind the organizing of this event has put in tedious effort to bring out a feast for your eyes and ears. Now let's move on to the code of conduct. Ensure you have joined with your name to ease admission of the attendees into the event. We expect a positive decorum to be maintained throughout the event. The chat box will be enabled directly to the co-host and hosts. Refrain from spamming in the chat. Before we commence with the events of the day, Rahul will be leading us in prayer to invoke the blessing of the Almighty. Over to you, Rahul.
Thank you, Nishal. Dear Lord, we thank you for our talents and gifts. Help us strive to use them wisely for the benefit of our special community. Guide us to fulfill your plan for each of us. Give us the grace to be humble, respectful, and tolerant this day and all the days of our lives.
Thank you so much, Rahul, for that beautiful prayer. They say that talent is diverse. It speaks for itself. And therefore, for Scintilla'22, we bring to you 6 different and interesting segments. The first, art. Second, photography. Third, poetry. Fourth, musical. Fifth, the Rubik's Cube. And sixth, the last but not the least, coding. Hearing all of this, it makes me quite excited, isn't it, Nishal?
Of course, I can't wait to show the world what these students have in store for them. So let us commence this event, starting off with the art segment. Art. The definition of art is the product of imagination and creativity, particularly in a physical form. After the great success of the summer module Palette 22, organized by the LSDP, we are elated to display the artistic displays that the students have come up with. And to guide us through these gorgeous artworks, I call upon Sarang.
Thank you, Nishal. Art is an artist's invention that expresses their emotions through vibrant and beautiful colors, fueled by brilliant ideas. People create art to express their feelings through pictures rather than speeches. Now I would like to reveal the artworks for this year. The first artwork we have is from Ansh Harish Tekwani of grade 8O. Here is his message. My intention behind making this picture was to convey the message. We are all talented in our own unique ways. We just need to realize it and nurture our talents. The picture shows 5 earthworms all performing different talents. This also shows that no 2 people are good at the same thing and we are all unique. Thank you, Ansh. The next artwork we have is from Rehan Nishar of grade 8E. Here is his message. I drew this drawing to persuade all people in the world to protect tigers as they are endangered and we have to bring awareness to their plight. Thank you, Rehan. Up next, we have my own artwork, Sarang Pillai of grade 9L. Here is my message. I've been drawing from a very young age. I've always considered paper to be a blank canvas on which I can unleash my creativity. Seeing the sunset at Kanyakumari beach inspired me to do this artwork. The view was breathtaking. We can see how the water reflects the sun rays to create an incredible pattern. The next artwork we have is from Krishal Unikrishnan of Grade 9Q. Here is his message. I am a self-taught artist and practice by looking at my past mistakes and understanding how to do what. All my artworks makes me feel at ease. I love what I do. My art just describes me trying something new and different that I like or prefer to. Thank you, Krishal. The next artwork we have is from Sri Skandin Sri Jai Shankar of Grade 9L. Here is his message. It is everyone's duty to understand that excellence only arises from collaboration. Each individual must learn to value and cherish diversity while discovering purpose and unity in order to survive, thrive, and enrich this world for all living things to exist together. Thank you, Shri. The next artwork we have is from Jamin Cherin Kuruvilla of Grade 9A. Here is his message. In this day and age, in every corner of the world, everyone has a device in their pocket, from our grandparents to the youth of society. It is near impossible to find someone without a social media account. Technology has revolutionized our view of the world, and sometimes you need a break. Thank you, Jamin. The next artwork we have is from Abhiram Harikesh of Grade 10B. Here is his message. I like doing art such as drawing, sketching, stencil, and painting. The basic idea of this artwork is the eye of a person who is seeing his memories when he was a child. The grayscale shade of the eye represents the hard and tiring atmosphere of the person, and he is seeing his colorful memories. Thank you, Abhidam. The next artwork we have is from Karthik Nambiar of Grade 10L. Here is his message. The drawing I drew is on the anime One Piece. It has been released in 1999 and is still going on. It has over 1,000 episodes and is one of my favorite anime. Sometimes I think of it and it makes me emotional. All the great memories, the fun I had when I watched it since the beginning. Thank you, Karthik. The next artwork we have is from Jack Joy of Grade 11C. Here is his message. This is a scenery of a view I saw in Africa. The view was so sensational that I decided to paint this magnificent scenery. It stands for the value behind parental guidance and how without it, we will never be able to walk in the light. Thank you, Jack. We have yet another artwork from Jack Joy. Here is his message. This is a collage of my artworks on my favorite football players. They are the reason why I've gotten into football and that has shaped me into the person I am today. I have borrowed qualities like courage, determination, sportsmanship, and hard work from these icons. Thank you, Jack. The next artwork we have is from Sahil Shah of grade 11A. Here is his message. This artwork is of a restaurant called Krusty Krab from a popular cartoon called SpongeBob SquarePants in the future. Through these pictures, I want the viewers to comprehend the imminent danger of global warming and climate change. The eternal waters of the sea have dried up, leaving but remnants of an incredible past. It has lost all its customers, and with it, it has lost its soul. Thank you, Sahil. We have yet another artwork from Sahil Shah. Here is his message. This artwork is of an automobile called Lamborghini Urus. It is one of the fastest SUVs in the world. It represents how fast our lives move in the darkness. We think we are all alone in this impossible endeavor. But what we do not know is there are billions of other people waiting to be seen in the dark background, just like you. Thank you, Sahil. The next artwork we have is from Yasir bin Munir of grade 12C. Here is his message. I felt that the roots of a person plays an important role in developing the character and skill one possesses in their life. This painting is a call for people to discover their roots. Thank you, Yasir. The next artwork we have is from Danish Koi of grade 12C. Here is his message. This artwork originates from the realm of my imagination. I've been drawing for a long time, as art has become my cup of tea. My art consists of imaginary ideas that often pack a punch. The piece presented contains a fan favorite anime character, Naruto. Finally, I would like to say that art is that's something that comes from your heart and needs imminence, patience, and dedications. Thank you, Danish. The next artwork we have is from Cleo Savio of grade 12C. Here is his message. The piece of art shows awareness of how plants, flowers, etc. are very important to the well-being of all living creatures. The root of the flower takes the place of the alveolus, who works as a medium of exchange and is the reason we continue to live. Thank you, Cleo. The next artwork we have is from Ghanshyam Anil of grade 12B. Here is his message. Art begins with drawing a line somewhere. Each line, a drop with a different meaning, adding up to an ocean, a masterpiece. Thank you, Ghanshyam. And with that, we conclude the art segment. Thank you for all the wonderful submissions.
Thank you, Sarang. Moving over, as we have been feasting ourselves on such a diverse pool of talent, let's welcome aboard a beautiful music filler by Sean DeMello of Grade 11H.
Whoa, that was truly captivating. I mean, I was, as we say nowadays, vibing to it. Now we move on to photography. Photography is the art of freezing a moment in time inside a photograph in order to immortalize it in our lives. You know what? I'll leave the rest to Jack and Jobin.
Thank you, Aryan. Photography is the only language that can be understood anywhere in the world. A fantastic quote by Bruno Barber. Most photographs are created in a split second, where a specific event becomes unique, frozen within the continuum of time. A moment otherwise have been invisible to us. Photographs depict a paradigm shift between the present and the past, with each key holding a distinct meaning. Photography is all things to all people, serving as abstract representation of the person and unconscious. So let's look at some of the most beautiful and mesmerizing moments the students have captured. First, we have Suryavat from class 8O. This picture was taken by him during the peak of spring season. Thank you, Suryavat. Next, we have Sai Satvik from class 8E. It's a splendid picture taken by him of the campfire with his family. Again, we have Sai Satvik from class 18. The blue of the sky and the dark colors of the natural green leaves blended on a monsoon evening to create a beautiful landscape. Next, we have Arush Scholar from class 9L. This is the picture of Arush and his family during the sunset. Next, we have Ajman Vijayakumar from class 9H. Photo was taken in Jaipur, India. We really love this picture as this lake perfectly reflects the trees and the buildings above it. And the beautiful sky complements the already enjoyable atmosphere. Thank you, Ajman. Next again, we have Ajman Vijayakumar. This photo was taken in Dubai. He took this photo near his house after it had rained heavily. He decided to show the beautiful sky being reflected off the rainwater, which he felt really artistic. Thanks once again, Ajman. Next, we have Sricharan Ashok Kumar from class 10B. This photograph shows a boy looking at something located at the horizon that he has just now remembered from his past. Thank you so much, Sricharan. Next, we have Shamik from class 10Q. Perched on the mighty rock amidst the majestic nature in its full form, I could not cease to reflect on the fact that although I may be just a tiny speck in this wide universe, I am whatever I aspire to be. This is a photo taken by Shamik of the gorgeous Pal waterfall in Goa. Thank you, Shamik. Reminiscing the way into the sunset with my father after a long playful day at the beach. A few wise words that left an indelible mark on my otherwise wavering mind. Says Shamik Kamat from 10Q. Thank you, Shamik, for your submissions. Next, we have Mananya Kumar from class 10B. This picture was taken in a trial to a bridge across two cliffs in the wilderness. Thank you, Mananya. It's a magnificent picture. Next year, Abdul Khalid from class 11C. Failures happen invariably. Stand up if you fall and start again, like how the horizon appears daily. This is again a gorgeous view of the sunrise taken by Abdul Khalid. Thank you, Abdul. Next we have Hussein Bahara from class 11H. The just risen sun shone softly on the city streets, bringing with it a flurry of early morning activity. Thank you, Hussein, for your submission. Next, we have Hussein Madwaniwala from class 11J. This is a breathtaking photo of the waterfalls in the Andhra Pradesh. Thank you, Hussein, for such a mesmerizing photo. A stunning rigid exterior to a home built to weather the unruffled emotions. It's a deceptive portrayal which is hiding some big secrets which we can just wait for the reveal. Thank you, Abdul Hadi, for such a mysterious picture. As half the cosmos rests, the other half strives with desire in mind, says Abdul Hadi from class 11K. Next again, you have Abdul Hadi. Is isolation truly so unfavorable? Maybe it's all your soul wished. With all of your life's problems, sometimes a momentary dose of isolation is all one may need. Thank you, Abdul Hadi. Next, you Ritik Mulani from class 11I. As I stare into the eyes of this nailed, closest and adorable puppy, it reminds me of myself when I was a child. Young, carefree, loved, and messy. But those days are long gone, for better or worse. Yet, it is so good to ponder upon it occasionally. This little thing brings me joy every time I'm with it. It's an irresistible photo of the cute and adorable puppy of Ritik. Thank you, Ritik. Millions of children around the world suffer from lack of schooling and poor education. This photo is made to shine light on this issue and to remind the viewers that education is what molds a child, and no child shall be deprived of the sight of education. Unlock the chains and watch your child fly. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. A fantastic quote by Benjamin Franklin. Says Noel Venugopal of class 11A. Thank you, Noel. Next again, we have Noel Venugopal. My family was not able to travel to our homeland for the last 2 years due to the travel restrictions imposed during the COVID outbreak. So he holds this picture remarkably close to his heart, since he could finally travel to India and meet his relatives and friends. That moment felt like chains breaking off his hands, and the walls barricading his friends and family falling. This represents the true meaning of Unfettered to him. Thank you, Noel. Next here, Advait Sumesh from class 11F. Behold, over yonder, the massive tree is still standing strong within solitude. It manifests the idea that to thrive, one needs a strong foundation. Thank you, Advait, for some wonderful summation. Next year, Trevor Matthews from class 12B. The sky is the ultimate piece of art, enclosed by an ornate frame. This is a delightful picture of the Dubai frame taken by Trevor Matthews. Thank you, Trevor. A capture of the night show under the dome in Al Wasl Plaza at the World Expo 2020 at Dubai. A fascinating blend of colors and the dark atmosphere around the dome led to this insanely vibrant shot, says Nathaneal Roshan from class 12B. Thank you, Nathaneal. Next, we have Nivik Suresh from class 12B. This is a glamorous picture taken by Nivik of the Maruti Suzuki car in India. Thank you, Nivik. Next, we have Pranav Nair from class 12D. This is a magnificent picture taken by Pranav Nair of the Amber Fort in Rajasthan, made in the 1950s. The border signifies social distance due to that period of time. Thank you, Pranav. Next, we have Sharman Nagara from class 12D. This is the breathtaking photo taken by Sharman of the Great Niagara Falls. Thank you, Sharman. Next, we have Yash Ahuja from class 12B. The sky is a perfect example of the word unfettered, as it will constantly exude a sense of boundless splendor. The sky is infinite and unrestricted, just like our potential. Thus, we can truly declare that the sky is the limit. With this, we're done with the portrait pictures of the photography segment. Thanks all for your exquisite and breathtaking pictures. I am sure each one of us loved it as much as I did. Thank you all. Over to you, Jobin.
Thank you, Jack. Next up, we have Sai Satvik Godena from 8E with Verdure. The spectacular view of mountains and fields catches anyone's eye naturally and brings a pleasant smile to us. Next up, we have Vaishnav Biju Kumar from 9D. Watercolors. Colors, what a deep and mysterious language. The language of dreams. Paul Gauguin. Next up, we have Mahfouz Mujibur Rahman from 9B with the sunset view. A beautiful photo of the sun, surprising a brilliant eye. Next up, we have Sarvesh Varun from 9B with the Golden Buddha Temple. The golden shade of the Buddha statues speaks to your mind with its serenity and brings tranquility to it. We have Sarvesh again with the skyline in the sunset. There is no better way to capture the true beauty of a city in a photograph than a skyline picture. We have Sarvesh once more with Wycombe Resort. The ripples and the waves of the backwaters are mesmerizing and soothing. Now we have Aham Benito Clapp with We Here. This photo signifies how we see things in the human eye as compared to the grand scale of the world, and signifies our lives, beliefs and dreams. Once again we have Aham with That Little Brighter, a mesmerizing photo of the interior of a house, showing how sometimes we should escape from the stressful world and relax and enjoy the simplicities of life. We have Aham again with Eid Blessings, a simple yet beautiful photo that brilliantly captures the sun and its effects. We have Sairam Srinivasan from 10L with Where the Sun Meets the Sky. As I hear the sound of the resonant waves splashing onto the rocks, washing over the shore, I look upon to the tranquil skyline that is separated by water in two forms, one liquid, one gas. We have Sri Charan Ashok Kumar from 10B with Back Home. In the eyes of a returning resident to the streets of Venice, they feel at ease viewing at their comfort place, their home. We have Sri Charan again with the nostalgia of the sun. This photo symbolizes a fierce remembrance and longing of something. Here the sun reaches out towards the earth with thousands of its rays as it holds memories of its lost day. We have Rahul Rajkumar from 11D with Rain. Everyone loves rain and I'm no different. Here is one monsoon click of India taken in 2022. We have Aryan Gupta from 11B with the defense of the strong and hardened lands. This captures all about the might and humility of the mountains. The light of the sun hits the peak of the raised lands, protecting the small and tranquil town of Stepensminda. We have Aryan again with daunting yet miraculous curvature of the earth. This brilliant capture symbolizes the fragility of the earth. We have Aryan once more with Where Two Rivers Meet. This eye-catching piece of photography represents the unity and harmony that coexists in our world. We have Hussain Badwaniwala from 11G with The Forest. This photograph signifies the love for greenery in Andhra Pradesh, and this photo was taken during the winter when the colors of the forest are very vibrant and look very beautiful. We have Hussain again with The Mountains. This photo of the most popular mountain in Uttarakhand, the mountain Namda Devi. This photo has been taken at the time of sunrise when the sky looks majestic in its different shades. We have Anay Venugopal from 11B with Consinity. This image represents the peace and tranquility of the mountains and clouds and how they seem to transport you to an alternate dimension. We have Anay again with Hirayat. The title means finding the path home, but the photo can be understood in multiple ways. The steep but laid out pathway takes you both up and down the mountain in gritty ways, just like how life takes us to various peaks through rough and hard paths. We have Anay once more with Epiphany. This magnificent photo wonderfully captures the moon in all its beauty. We have Manu from 12B with the Expo Motion. The future of the country lies in its people. The futuristic style of Expo 2020 will perceive and evolve Dubai in its coming years. We have Nathaneal from 12B with The Land, a capsule of the night show under the dome in Al Wasl Plaza at the World Expo 2020 at Dubai. A fascinating blend of colors and the dark atmosphere around the dome led to this insanely vibrant shot. We have Nathaneal again with Tractionless. This capture tells a story about the rare occurrence in Dubai, that is, rain. We have Jonathan from 12Q with Green Living is a Healthier Living. The Netherlands Pavilion was in the Sustainability District, creating a temporary biotope that embodies the convergence between art, architecture, and technology. We have Nevik Suresh from 12C with the Mercedes S-Class. The S-Class is one of the most luxurious cars to exist. It was recently put up for show at the Mercedes exhibition at a hotel. We have Nevik again with Shake Shack. This piece of art, taken at one of the most respected franchises in the world, Shake Shack show how pleasing neon lights can truly be. And finally, concluding the photography section, we have Mohammed Fahad. The Portals to a Parallel World. This fantastic piece of art perfectly captures the clouds and greenery in his own unique style. The Portals to a Parallel World.
All right. Thank you so much, Jack and Jobin. Now, before we move on to the poetry segment, we will have Yuan Sethi from 9K with his miraculous dance performance.
देखो धंधना के रोगी नाचे शोर सुन लो है धमाका जैसे शेर हाथी नाचे देखो दिल का ये मेला यार अपने साथ नाचो एड़ियों के जोरों पे तुम फड़ाक देसी नाचो पसीना माथे का चमके थमके ऐसे नाचो हाँ जा छोरे हाँ जा गोरे हाँ जा छोरे नाचो 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 वीर नाचो 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 यार नाचो.
That was wonderful, Yuan. Your rhythm is truly mind-blowing. Now we move on to poetry. Poetry is the art of expression through words, rhymes, and much more. I now hand the floor over to Abhishekh to guide us throughout the segment as we showcase the wonderfully written works of the students, and we present to you the poetry segment.
Thank you, Nishal. There are few things that can melt a cold heart and give warmth to welcoming souls. There aren't many works of art that encompasses all that makes us human. And that piece of art is commonly known as poetry. One of the only things that transforms human emotions into words. And now we shall hear out our own esteemed poets as they transform their words into works of art. First up, we have Rishikesh Menon from 10H with his poetry.
Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to recite my poem, a reflection on good times in the past. Oh, that feeling a person would get as yet another day dawns, as they look back on their young, glorious days long gone. Great sadness that sense of longing would beget, yet all the bad times people seem to forget. Towards the past, we tend to feel an affection, looking through our rose-tinted glasses. Truly a pointless reflection. Time is an unstoppable force, a great otherworldly power. The events of yesteryear, it completely devours. Our brain is a filter. We fondly caress the memory of the best experiences, but the struggles and hardships, we put those nightmares to rest. Oh, I wish I could go back to the past. Good times went by so fast. Humans seem to struggle with the fact that the past has indeed passed. Instead, we must look to what the future holds. Life keeps getting better by the second as various events unfold. Yet we focus on the struggles of today, a pessimistic outlook we possess. Forget the bliss of the past. We must look toward future success. We seem to believe previous memories were perfection, as good as life gets. But we must avoid this useless reflection. Poet's Note. This poem is about how nostalgia greatly affects a person's judgment of the past. It's about how humans look back to the past and seem to remember only the great memorable experiences and the success stories. People conveniently manage to forget the bad experiences. We humans also have a tendency to hold on to the good memories from the past and complain about the present. Technological advancements are being made every day, meaning that life gets better every single day. Instead of holding on to good memories from the past, we must strive to make new experiences in the present and future. Thank you.
That truly was an amazing piece. Now, next up, we have Mustafa Abdullah from 11G with his poetry.
God of the woodland, a tree standing tall, gave to man the gift of life and paid for it with his all. The grain that sustains us, the air we breathe, the shade that provides refuge from the sweltering heat. A hue of brown, beige, and burgundy now turns crimson red, betrayed by the ones he once sought to help. His altruistic pursuits bore no fruit, for all of mankind is one and the same. Our undying greed and want for more stripped him bare, now nothing but a name. Cruelty in our blood, the last remains of remorse. Man, the biggest monster, striking repeatedly at his own life source.
The poem The Woodland Bard uses a lot of personification to make the poem feel more raw and real, and so that readers can sympathize more with the message that I'm trying to get across, which is of deforestation and the many negative impacts it has on our world, on our planet, and progressively it takes on a much darker theme. I did this so that the readers can truly understand the gravity of the situation, and that if not handled well and tackled well right now, and if we do not take a stance against it, it could really get out of hand. And it's crucial for us to recognize that preservation of trees and the environment is now more important than ever before to help fight climate change, global warming, restore natural ecosystems, and etc. It ends on a very negative note to further set in the gravity of the situation in the mind of the reader.
Thank you, Mustafa, for that amazing piece of poetry. Next up, we have Saikamil Vinod from 10D.
The old man. That old man looks upon his window as if to look at the world he wishes to control. Yet, his perfect dream of a perfect world is yet to be forged. The gramophone beside him plays a symphony to his ears, sadly a cacophony to mine. He sits with the news within his reach and at times looks at the unique teetotaler. Everyone looks like they follow the footsteps of a bibulus and curses the birds of future stallions. The news is followed with a cup of tea, an old man with no one in the household. I come from the distant palace of tea, I said to the old man with the foggy glasses. Assam is just within your reach for amazing tea. This golden brownness will never cease to amaze you, for Assam is just within your reach, sir, with the foggy glasses. He got up, took the glass of tea, and never to expect this day ever again. I tried to grasp a conversation with him. Sir, with this tea, are you sure to break yet another one of the planks? You know me and I know you. I have a doubtful presence to see yet your colorful hair don't escape the grasp of age, for dirt won't save you. Why do you wish to rule my world and the world of billions? Why did you consider everyone as a dipsomaniac? Don't you know the curse of the new generation? For the opportunities are not enough to satisfy those greedy ones up there, building themselves up to heaven. The world is tired due to makeup gods. To be tired like the dipsomaniacs you claim them to be, he said as if he heard. I don't understand the people of my world. My group is fainting. Those you want to control the world. I am the last among the tribes who yet to be, as long as how mice love cheese, claim to be mistaken by people who must be from the time of the Big Bang. He walked inside, I stayed outside, flabbergasted to hear this. And I will stay here in Assam till my answers are answered from that old man. Thank you. Poet's note. This poem is a touching, teaching us lessons from both the characters. The poet starts with the description of the old man who starts the day by looking outside the window. The poet thinks that he is criticizing the world outside and seems to want to control the world to perfect it, but can't happen because it isn't feasible. Then he listens to a gramophone. The old man enjoys the music, but the poet doesn't. The gramophone is broken, so the song is not perfect, but the old man doesn't know it because songs played are in his head, so he enjoys it no matter what. Then he reads the news from the newspaper and in between looks at the poet who doesn't drink alcohol. That is why the poet is mentioning it a usual phase. Everyone, according to the old man, was an alcoholic. The rest of the time, he curses politicians mentioned on the news. Then, he drinks tea given by the poet, who was a tea stall worker. The old man is alone, so no one can give him tea in the house. The poet always talks the same dialogue to the old man so he can remember him, but it fails. Suddenly, this day made him mad. He thought in his mind a conversation between him and the old man. First, he tells the old man why he is acting that he does not know him. Then, he is telling about his wrong perception and how he thinks people are drunkards without knowing them. The poet tells him that they are puppets of people who believe that they are God by controlling them. These people have nowhere to live and are hence tired. So, the old man believes that they are drunkards. We cannot judge a book by its cover. Then, the old man talks to him, how he is the last person among his era. Then he talks about how people think they know everything and more superior than the old man. The poet is surprised how the old man knew what was in his mind, and he thought he would get his answers in the later days. Thank you.
Thank you, Sai Kamal, for that amazing piece of poetry on how not to judge a book by its cover. Next up, we have Mohammed Razeen from 10O. It is poetry.
Good morning to one and all present here. I am now going to present to you my poem, Reminiscence. I look at the times we were, not who we are today, but those days have gone away. I stand here now, thinking, wow, those were some beautiful days, every day with a beautiful place. Those days are long gone, but new days are born. We dwell upon the past, pondering those times have gone fast. Those times have said ciao, time to focus on now. Nothing to do about then, so let's focus on now. The past is beautiful, let's make the future joyful. The past has left some aches, let's try to make no mistakes. History lies behind, let's make tomorrow refined. We learn from our past, assure our mistakes are past. This poem was inspired by how much our lives have been changed by the things going around us. And when we investigate the past, we realize how much our lives have been changed and is completely different than it was, and how we are also different. This poem includes how we change and make ourselves a better person and prepare for our and the world's future by learning from our past. This poem includes our nostalgic memories and how we reminiscence about our past experiences and memories. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed Razeen, for that amazing piece of poetry. And next up, we have, last but not least, Ashudi Braj from 11B.
He stood there, lacking fear to die, though he hadn't known why. He fought with his heart and with his mind. Alas, at victory he couldn't find. He cried along during misery. He cried during times of glee. His aid had been for free. He aided them with victory. Gave them their land back. Gave them their pride back. All it cost was his sacrifice. His sacrifice, his life. Triumphs he had a ton. Acknowledgement he received none. Still he stood there, lacking fear to die, though he hadn't known why. So, to elaborate a bit more on the poem, The poem Eluded is a poem about rejection, exclusion, and lack of gratitude towards people in our lives. There are so many people who influence our lives in different ways. They do what they do with utmost sincerity, but we often throw a blind eye towards them. The effect that they have on our lives is huge, and we often forget this. They probably dedicate their time and sacrifice their lives just to make our lives better. They pour their heart and soul out just for our well-being. To such people in my life, I dedicate this poem. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashwini Braj, for that amazing piece of poetry. And with that, we conclude the poetry segment. I return the floor to the team.
Thank you, Abhishekh, for presenting those spectacular poems of our students. Now we have Adil Sajan. He is an alumni of the 2021 to 2022 batch. He strongly believes that differences are for the better and understands that sometimes it may not seem that way. But focusing on what makes us different and embracing it often leads to greatness. In his free time, you can either find him scribbling down his thoughts and feelings onto a piece of paper to create poetry. Other times, he's just talking to someone about something he's very passionate about. He's known for his humor, quick thinking, and knowledge on current world problems. Adil has always stood out from the crowd. His friends say that he is exuberant, jovial, and overall someone who is passionate about everything. You can go ahead, Adil.
Thank you so much for that warm welcome. First of all, very good afternoon to one and all present here. I remember being a part of Scintilla', comparing Scintilla' last year. And it's great to see that they're back again with this new set of team and new set of participants showcasing their talents. I'd like to start off with a quote because that's how I usually start off things. Be yourself, chase your dreams, and just never say never. That's the best advice I could ever give someone. That is something that I've heard someone tell me. And now this whole idea of being different, talents come in different forms. Yeah. Everyone's not the same. And so many people, or the world for that matter, tell it to your face, hey, you're different. That's wrong. We all as humans always want to socialize and be a part of a community, be familiar with one another, have that feeling of belonging. But being different is something that many see as an obstacle towards that. And I think that's wrong because having talents, especially talents that make you different, should be celebrated. Differences should be celebrated a lot. Now, coming to me, I'm when I tell my story, people always say it's the quote unquote cliche story of how a student who was very quiet just started speaking. I found my love for speaking when the pandemic happened. Now, I hate that word, using the word pandemic, because it's been overused again and again. Every exam you write about the pandemic. Every essay you write, pandemic. So I strongly try to avoid that word, but I had to use it there. Now, when it comes to me, I couldn't speak. I couldn't stand on 2 feet and address a gathering. But I feel like I've gone past that. And I found that talking to people and addressing a gathering is something that I really like. I love talking to people. I can talk to people for hours on end. Now, coming towards the story of Icarus. Talents can be addressed to this story. Story of Icarus is very simple. Icarus, he was a man who was obsessed with the sun. The sun was so beautiful that he was like, okay, I have to go near it. He was so mesmerized by it that he made wings of wax and flew to the sun. What is my point here? My point is that the sun should be our aim in life, should be our talent, or not our talent, our aim in life, or our goal, our end goal, our career. It can be anything, our career, our end goal, what we want to achieve in life, or even small goals. Now, Icarus's wings were made out of wax. But instead of wax, that's what led him to his downfall at the end of the day. But our talents, our talents act as those wings, not made of wax for sure. And if we inculcate that into our lives, where our talents, we use and we celebrate them, we focus on them, and instead of just putting them aside, we take them like to our benefit, we can surely reach the sun for sure. Now, something that the world has always shown me is that the world will scream at you. The world will scream at you and tell you, you're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to do that. But me personally, I end up doing them either way because I have to. And Scintilla has this idea. Scintilla last year has taught me that the world will scream at you and tell you to not do certain things. But you have to scream at the world back. Fight for what's yours. Fight for what feels right. And go ahead. And with that, I would like to end with the very words that I started. Be yourself, chase your dreams, and just never say never. That's the best advice I could ever give someone. Quoted by Taylor Swift. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Adil. Now we'll be moving over to the musical segment where we'll be listening to some musical pieces, and that will be overseen by Vansh.
Thank you, Nishal. Music, music, music is the land of tunes, words, and instruments. Music sparkles where words fall dull. Music brings life to any event. We assure you that this event takes musical talent to a whole another level. Coming up next is the musical segment, and our first talent to lead the segment is Kavyan from 8L. Thank you, Kavyan. There is truly magic in those hands. Next up is Pranav Roy from 8G. That was beautiful. something we would love to listen to over and over again. Onwards with the next participant is Tamann John.
Say it's only a paper moon hanging over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. You say it's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a video game. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as funny as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a video game. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as funny as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. You say it's only a paper moon hanging over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me.
What a lovely voice, Tamann. Beautifully sung. Next in line is Derwin Sequeira of 9A. That was amazing. Thank you, Darren. Up next is Anirudh Harikesh of 9C.
My name is Anirudh and I will be presenting you a song. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, the dreams that you dream of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. The dreams that you dream of, dreams really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops away about the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Thank you.
Thank you, Anirudh. A wonderful voice with an even spectacular range. Our next talent comes from Johan Matthew of 10N. That was truly art in motion. Thank you, Johan. Next up is Nishal and Jobin John of 11D.
Sunday mornings were your favorite. Used to meet you down on Wood Creek Road. You did your hair up like you were famous, even though it was the park we'd always go to. Now Sunday mornings I just sleep in. It's It's like I buried my faith with you. I'm asking for a sign showing me I have to move on, 'cause I don't know what else I can do. I'm still holding on everything that dead and gone. I don't wanna say goodbye, 'cause this one means forever. Now you're in the stars and 6 feet's never felt so far. Here I am alone between the heavens and the embers. Oh, it hurts so hard. For a million different reasons, you took the best of my heart and left the rest in pieces. Digging through your old birthday letters, a crumpled 20 still in the box. I don't think that I could ever find a way to spend it, even if it's the last 20 that I've got. Oh, I'm still holding on to everything that's dead and gone. I don't wanna say goodbye, 'cause this one means forever. Now you're in the stars and 6 feet's never felt so far. Here I am alone between the heavens and the embers. Oh, it hurts so hard. For a million different reasons, you took the best of my heart and left the rest in peace. Oh, I'm still holding on to everything that's dead and gone. I don't wanna say goodbye, 'cause this one means forever. Now you're in the stars and 6 feet's never felt so far. Here I am alone between the heavens and the embers. Oh, it hurts so hard. For a million different reasons, you took the best of my heart and left the rest in pieces.
A perfect duo for the perfect occasion. Thank you, Nishal and Jobin. Moving on to our next participant, it's Jobin John again from 11D.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky, just the two of us. You and I. We look for love, no time for tears. Wasted water's all that is, and it don't make no flowers grow. Good things might come to those who wait, not for those who wait too late. We gotta go for all we know. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building them castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I.
That was an absolute treat to listen to. Thank you, Jobin. Our next talent for the segment is John T. Rolston from 11G.
माँ मेरी माँ प्यारी मम्मा हो माँ मेरी माँ प्यारी मम्मा हाथों की लकीरें बदल जाएंगी गम की ये जंजीरें पिघल जाएंगी हो खुदा पे भी असर तू दुआओं का है घर मेरी माँ प्यारी माँ मम्मा हो माँ मेरी माँ प्यारी मम्मा बिगड़ी किस्मत भी संवर जाएगी जिंदगी तराने खुशी के गाएगी तेरे होते इस गार्डन तू दुआओं का है घर मेरी माँ प्यारी मम्मा हो माँ मेरी माँ प्यारी मम्मा।
That was a spectacular, heart-touching performance. Our last and final performance in this segment is Arnav Vivek from 12B. That was absolutely phenomenal. Thank you to all the participants for sharing their wonderful talent in music. I will now be shifting the flow back to the team.
Thank you so much, Vansh. That was definitely spectacular, wasn't it, everyone? All right. So now we have a segment coming up that revolves around your brain, your fingertips, and colored cubes. Yes, you guessed it right. We present the Rubik's Cube segment. Nathaniel, please do us the honors.
6 faces, 6 colors. The Rubik's Cube. Probably one of the most interesting hobbies, to say the least. It's even more entertaining when you make the hobby as a challenge, a race against time. I assume all of you know just how intense it gets, not just for the person solving, but for the audience as well. That is the magic of speed cubing. Speaking of intensity, 3 prodigies have taken up the challenge. To begin, let's see what Aman Ali Mir can do. That was brilliant. That was amazing. I love Rubik's Cube solvers. Even I have a record for about a minute. Anyway, Janav Shah now exhibits his skills. Let's take a look, shall we?
Good morning, my dear friends. This is Janav Shah here. I'm from class 8E and today I'll be sharing my talent with you all, which is solving Rubik's Cubes. Over the course of time, I've learned to solve many different Rubik's Cubes, ranging from 2 by 2 to 7 by 7. But due to our time limitations, I will only be solving the 3 by 3 Rubik's Cube today. I will now call up my brother to scramble the cube. And I'll not look. Just have a quick look at the game before starting to solve it. I start in 3, 2, 1, start. And there you go. That was a 17.69 seconds solve. Just bring it a little bit closer. There you go. And for evidence purposes, the cube is completely solved. Thank you for watching. Bye.
17.69 seconds. Wow, that was nice. It's really funny how your eyes, struggle to keep up with the pace. Anyway, here we have Suhan Ahuja to shuffle the 6 sides. That was insane. That was just insane. 20 seconds. You guys are doing it under a minute. That's amazing. I hope you enjoyed the speed cubing as much as I enjoyed trying to comprehend how some people can be fast. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll hand the stage back to the team.
Well, that was correct, mate. I agree with you. I mean, the way they just use their fingers and the coordination is spectacular. Now we move on to coding, or as we would like to call it, art on screens. As displayed by the summer module Chrysalis, our students have a wonderful knack for coding, for which I will now invite Rahul to lead us in this segment.
Thank you, Aryan. As Aryan rightfully said, coding is indeed an art on screen. So strap on and try not to get blown away as you witness a few lines of sophisticated codes unravel as wonders on your screen. First up, we have Gautam Binu from grade 10J.
Hello everybody, my name is Gautam Binu and today I would like to present my coding project for the Scintilla talent show. My project is a weather app which I made using Python. My weather app can find the weather of any city within just a few taps. Let's go ahead and try it. So this is the user interface. This is where I'll be entering the city. For the first example, I'll be using Dubai. Let's find the weather. So Dubai currently has clear skies at a temperature at 36.77 Celsius, humidity at 53% and a pressure at 997. Let's try another city, Melbourne. So let's find the weather. Melbourne currently has broken clouds at a temperature at 36.62 Celsius, humidity at 25% and a pressure at 1007. Now let's go through my code. So over here I import Tinketer, which helps me make the user interface and everything regarding it. And I import requests and JSON, which helps me keep the data wherever I want and import the data. And this is basically for me decrypt the data. So this is the get icon part where I get the icon, where this is the icon I'm referring to. So it takes the icon from this link and puts it over here. That's what this code does over here. And then this is the show weather part, which is this part over here. Weather result new screen title, where you can see it over here, and the geometry, which is the size of this. And yeah, so we can see location over here, written over here, which takes the data from the part we are going to see below. Temperature over here, humidity over here, pressure over here, which as we can see, what it does over here, it takes it and puts it in the font I want it to and the font size, which you can see over here, and data sets written over here, which is the data numerical. And this is the close button, above the close button, making the close button, background of the close button, which is black, which I put it in RGB form, and foreground, which is the button text color over here, close, which is written over here. So this is the main part of this code, which is finding the weather. This takes the data from here, puts it over there, and then it comes over here. So what this does, I'm using an API for this, which takes the data from a source and gives it over here. So from the source, it takes the temperature, pressure, humidity, weather, and this is everything regarding the API and how it takes the data. And above the description, which I can use, and icon, which we saw above, and everything over there. So that's how I get the data. This is the most important part. And otherwise, what this code does is, in case a person just comes and types anything random, instead of the code getting broken into parts, I can handles the error, so that yeah, that's what it does. So it handles the error and then he can try again. And this is the API key and base URL. As I told, I'm using an API and it helps unlock the data, and it's a unique code so that only I can access the data over there. And this is the GUI, as I told, this is the user interface, and the root or title, which was the weather app, the geometry, the size over here, and the file over here which I gave is an image, which is we can see over here, intercity below, which is written over here, the font in the it's bolded and font size, background we can see over there in a dark blue shade, and the foreground the text over here. And you can see find weather button over here, and yeah, This is everything I made. Thank you for watching the video.
Wow, Gautam, that was truly mind-blowing. Now we have Krish Lala from Tenon.
Hello everyone, my name is Krish Lala. I am a student of class 10N. I am here to present to you my Scintilla talent showcase video. A project done was Orbit Bot, a fun and unique Discord bot that can be added to your server to help you browse the net with the help of a command. The programming language I used was Python, and the two main packages which I use in Python were Discord and Google. Let's see how the bot works. The bot uses the principle of web scraping. Web scraping, web harvesting, or web data extraction is data scraping used for extracting data from websites. The web scraping software may directly access the World Wide Web using the HTTP or a web browser. How is this possible in a Discord bot? Orbit Bot uses the built-in Python package called Google, which is linked to the package Discord to make this happen. Orbit Bot takes input from the user, then uses the principle of web scraping to give the most relevant result to the user in a fraction of seconds. Now let's see the bot prefix. Every Discord bot has a keyword to start the command with called a prefix. The prefix for Orbit Bot is O and an exclamatory mark and then Google. Some examples are as shown on your screen. I hope you enjoyed listening to my presentation about my Discord bot called Orbit Bot. Thank you.
Wow, Chris, that was truly mind-blowing. I now shift the floor back to the team.
Thank you, Rahul. We now have Shahbaz from 11C with his performance on the tabla.
Thank you so much, Shahbaz, for blessing us with your fine tabla skills. And now, exactly with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will be having Hamza Pervez, an alumni of the 2021 to 2022 batch, and he's currently a first-year student at American University of Sharjah, majoring in accounting. He enjoys speaking, debating, as well as reading novels and books. He also takes time to volunteer and loves to help people. You may go ahead, Hamza.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much, Aryan, for putting this over to me. So first of all, I'd like to say that I am extremely honored to be here for such a monumental occasion, because this is my first Scintilla that I've ever been to. I wasn't there for last year. And I've only been part of the LSDP for around a year, but let me tell you, the amount of experience I have gathered is insane. And it is so great that I've been part of such a loving community full of hardworking people. Now, for those who don't know me, yes, as they said, my name is Hamza Parvez. I was part of the batch of 2021 to 2022. And I was also the senior literary captain last year. So what did I get from Scintilla this year is that Scintilla has been a great platform for amazing talent. I've enjoyed poetry, the art, music, everything that surrounds this. And what I really praise the team for this is the amount of, opportunities they've given to people. And now I'd like to give you a little bit of insight into my own life. So, I wasn't this as outspoken as you all know. I was not at all outspoken, to be honest. I was a very shy kid. I came here to our own in grade 6. So it was also a very small amount of time compared to everyone else. And I never used to speak in class. I was the person that was very shy, very timid, would never say anything at all. And I think a very important person told me this once, and that is, you don't know the value of something unless it's taken away from you. Now, why do you think I'm saying this? Now, first of all, I'm saying this because when you're given an opportunity, I assure you it's way better to take it than to deny it. Now, don't worry about what people are going to say about you, because that is secondary. In all honesty, you should be going forward and you should be able to share your own experiences with other people, regardless of criticism. You're always going to get that. And, for me, especially when I was a quiet child, I wanted to say something so badly, but then, you have that saying in your head, which is like, don't say, what if people say something? And someone else will say the exact same thing, and they will probably get a round of applause and you will not. And that makes you think like, oh, damn, why didn't I take that opportunity? So what I'm trying to say is that it's way better to say something than to not say anything at all, right? So that's what I got and what I'm sharing when it comes to opportunities. And I believe that the LSDP is such an amazing place for platforms and so many opportunities that are given to young minds. And I really did enjoy so much of what was today's event. And what I learned from LSDP, you may ask, I learned so many things. I learned leadership skills, collaboration skills, and just creativity in general, because that's what this platform provides. And that's what their main emphasis is. So, I would like to thank the team. I would like to thank Ms. Bindu ma'am for providing me with such a platform to share this with you. And I'd like to end this, my speech with a very important quote from a person that I really like, Beyonce. It's not about perfection, which is important. It's about the purpose. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hamza. That was truly insightful. And I do agree with you that the LSDP has been really monumental and influential in our lives. It has really, impacted us profoundly. So thank you for your time, Hamza. And I would now like to call upon Ms. Bindu Manoj Kumar, the LSDP facilitator and the teaching and learning supervisor at RO. Ma'am, I shift the floor to you.
Am I audible, Aryan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Greetings of the day, respected SLT, teachers, parents, and my dear students. My, it has indeed been an, scintillating afternoon. Congratulations to all the participants and the organizing team for doing the best possible in this short span available to you to put up this beautiful event, Scintilla 2022. So as well, a big thank you to the audience for giving us your time from the Saturday afternoon and supporting the team. Now, regarding what message I have to convey to the team is in line with what our alumni speakers said, Hamza and Adil. Okay. Now, coming back to the participation. Yeah, the participants stewards, oh my, all of you are so very skilled. Hats off to all of you. And of course, the opportunity to participate was open to all the LSDP stewards of this year. Some chose to give in maximum entries, and I can see in photography there were quite a few who had given more. Yes, it was permitted because some of you were on your holiday, and that is why that category you can see it was more than one entry by some of the participants. Now, however, some other very talented stewards out there chose not to participate. Okay, you may have your reasons. But let me tell you, again, reiterating what Hamsa just said. Okay. And as I always say, that opportunities, whether it is small or big, that is not the concern. You need to grab it. Just grab it. Never think you're not good enough. Never think you won't get time to submit. No. Those are all blocks here. Because until you grab every opportunity to showcase your skills, you will not know the hidden treasures in you, children. Okay, let me take you through a story, okay? All of you love hearing stories, I believe. Yes or no? Can I see in the chat? I need your permission to proceed with the story. Okay, great. So it is about a little boy, okay? Once, there was a little boy who was staying in a simple house, and it was on a hill, okay? And as he grew, he would play in the small garden which was in front of his house. When he grew older, he was able to say, stand and view over the garden fence, and across the valley, he saw a wonderful house high on the hill. This house had golden and shining windows. And this little boy would dream of how magical it would be to grow up and stay in that type of a house with those golden windows, instead of the ordinary house he was staying then. Although he loved his parents and he was comfortable in his home, he yearned to live in that beautiful house and dreamt all day about how exciting it would be. So when he got to an age where he gained enough skill and sensibility to go outside his garden fence, he asked his mother, "Mom, can I go for a bike ride outside the gate and down the lane?" I'm sure some of you would relate to it because at one point in time when you were growing up, you would have wanted permissions like this, right? So after pleading, his mother finally allowed him to go, insisting that he kept close to the house and not wander too far. He started his ride. The day was beautiful. And the little boy, he knew exactly where he was heading. Yes, he was heading down the lane and across the valley. He rode his bike until he got to that gate of the garden house, which he was viewing from his home. And as he dismounted his bike and he leaned it against the gate post, he focused on the path that led to the house and then to the house itself. But he learned a different story there. He was very disappointed because as he realized that all the windows were, he found that all the windows were plain, not just shining as he had thought, and rather dirty, reflecting nothing other than the neglect of the house that stood there. Okay, so he didn't want to actually go any further, and he turned around heartbroken. And as he remounted his bike, he glanced up and saw a sight across there, which amazed him. The way on his side of the valley was a little house, and its windows glistened goldenly. And he soon recognized that house. Okay. And as you guessed right, yes, it was his home. as the sun shone on his little home, he realized that he has been living in this golden house all the time. And all the love and care he found there was what made his home the golden home. Everything he dreamt of was right there. So, my dear students, what is the moral here? If you are looking for a house with golden windows, don't look across the road. Instead, look at where you are. Look within. Everything you ever wanted is inside you already. So don't go hunting out in the world for this house with the golden windows, because the day you return home, you will realize that the house with the golden windows was yours. So to all out there, my message to you today is don't hold yourself back from anything. Anything is possible by each one of you. Everything you need is within you. The strength, the courage, the confidence to change your life. You just need to look within yourself and you will surely find it there, right there. Just look inside. Everything you want, you already are. Okay? So all you have to do is grab whichever opportunity comes your way, work towards it and confidently march forward. Believe me, you will succeed. Thank you once again to the team and the wonderful audience who were here to support them. But how can I end my address without asking ILSDP organizing team to come on camera? Because you have done a wonderful job. So boys, let us see who all are behind the stage. And as they come, requesting the audience to put in your acknowledgement on the chat for this amazing team you can view here. You can remove my spotlight. I want to see the whole team. I don't know if I'm on spotlight. Yes. Hope all can see the gallery view, and I don't know, I can't see the gallery view. Let me just put it in gallery. But I can see the whole team. Yes. Thank you, boys. I can see some are not on camera. Please be on camera, all of you. Okay. So thank you so much. It was a wonderful show. Okay. And I know there were challenges you all had. Didn't get much of a time. There's a lot of editing that you all had to do. You all had to get back to the participants, ask them to send their entries again, because it was some were not up to the mark with the sound and other things. So, and even I think the last entry came in yesterday night at 11 o'clock. Am I right, Anay, Aryan, Nishal?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So kudos to all of you. I really don't know how you all do this magic. I cannot do this last minute work like you all do. Okay. So thank you so much, and keep going. There are so much more you'll have to do, right? So yeah. And request the audience. They have done a wonderful job, I would say, because I know what all they had to endure for putting this together, in the sense there were so many children entries which were involved, which to put it together for an online event is not very easy, especially when entries come in till midnight the previous day. Okay, thank you, boys. Now, before we pull down the curtain, how can we leave out the amazing teachers who choose to nurture them and who chose to be here to support them? I can see Miss Nimi, our academic coordinator for English, first in the participant list. So Nimi ma'am, would you like to share your thoughts? And of course, other teachers as well, if you would. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am, and all supervisors and all my beloved students. What should I say? Astounding. That would be the right words I would love to say. What was that actually? Because while I was just going through the poster, I was just wondering what all would it go along. But it was a culmination of not just one art, but it was art and music and a lot. And certain art or music, what happened was, I just walked back through my young days. I still remember my school days where I was a part of the Western choir. And while there was one student who was playing the guitar, I was just literally gazing at my guitar, which is there on the wall for past 3 years. Yes, you gave an opportunity to the students to shine. But as a faculty, what would I say is, you took us back to our young days, and not just taking us back, but motivated us to get back to those talents. So thank you so much. All the performers, you did a brilliant job. And as I can see, Arya and Nishal, I remember both of them in grade 9, being a part of debate. And now when they are in front of the camera, so much of confidence, which I just can't explain. Everything, Vansh and everybody who are there, all the speakers, so happy to see you on camera. And with that that confidence. Thank you so much. It was an amazing day. I just don't know, the 2 hours just went like that. And hopefully in the coming years, we would see the coming up more performers coming up, etc. Thank you, Bindu ma'am. We all know you are there behind the scene and you really need a great applause. Thank you, the students, and thank you, Bindu ma'am, for giving me the opportunity. And all of you have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Nimi. Yes, I can see Meville already. Meville, could you speak a few words?
Yes, ma'am. Very good afternoon to one and all present online today. I'm a man of few words. I'm known to be that, so I'll keep up to that expectation and keep my message to a mere simple. I would like by saying that I'm most delighted to join you all today at this talent showcase event, Scintilla'. It is customary to say on such occasion for a speaker to say that it is an honor to have been invited. But in my case, it is no mere platitude. It is always an honor to be inspired by young minds. And so when I say I'm being honored to be here, I mean it. I was just going through the last year's Scintilla videos just a few months back. Ma'am had sent me. I couldn't attend the event last year. So I was just going through it, and I could see how students have been working hard, putting forth their efforts into this. I would feel nothing but proud to say that the talent that were displayed today here were a proof that all of our students have the ability to have the talent to do what do I say? To do good. Yes, many congratulations to Bindu ma'am, the LSDP team, and congratulations to all the talented artists out there. Thank you so much, ma'am, for inviting me. Thank you, LSDP team. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Meville. And, when teachers speak, I'm sure they know all of your journey, right, students? So you're here because of all of them. It's not just the teachers presently teaching you, right? From the time you entered school, all of them. So do acknowledge them whenever you meet them. Okay. I know you all are doing it, but as a teacher myself, I know how much happiness we go through when you'll get back to us. Okay. So thank you very much. Aryan, would you like to?
Sure.
Yeah.
So that was truly captivating, and I personally enjoyed the event. And on behalf of the LSDP team, I would like to say that the showcase of talents for Scintilla'22 might have come to an end, but let this conclusion not be mistaken for lack of talents to showcase. Please, no. We would definitely require all the time in the world to try and effectively showcase, possibly a sea full of various different talents. Isn't it, Nishal?
Yep. And we have to thank all of you immensely for taking time out of your Saturday for joining us today. And we truly, truly hope that you have enjoyed the program throughout. Now, again, this is just a reminder for all of you to fill in the feedback form that will be sent in the chat. And as for Scintilla', we shall meet again soon when we witness yet another wave of talents. And with that, we are closing Scintilla' 2022. Thank you all for joining us today.